Welcome to Travelogue. I'm Yan Ling. Did you enjoy our last trip back to the glorious Qin Dynasty? I certainly did. But remember, Xi'an served as the capital for 13th Dynasty. So this time, we're going to dive into the time channel slightly more ambitious. We're going to take a quick review of the remains of 5,000 years history. Welcome to Xi'an. Fertile land along the Yellow River outside of Xi'an has always been known as a cradle of Chinese civilization. Ready water, easy access make it a favorite settlement since the age of Normans. Plus its strategic location, it became Chinese emperor's favorite choice of the capital. Today, it still retains striking marks of ancient majesty. The wealth of historical sites left behind makes Xi'an the #2 must-visit place in China, followed by Beijing. If you are curious about the cultural root and history of ancient China, Xi'an is your very own wonderland. What it's like to have the ancient 1,000-year-long history condensed in one place and read it at your own pace. That is what Shanxi History Museum can offer. A friend of mine once advised me to prepare food and drinks with me when visiting the museum because he was so captured by the exhibitions and stayed for 7 hours inside. He described the experience being intoxicating and dehydrating. This is a place worth strolling around for hours and even days inside, so my friend's advice turned out to be a good one. I'm so surprised that bronze art piece made 3,000 years ago can be so delicate. Look at this wine container. The tail is actually the handle, and the little tiger standing on top of the back of the oaks is a lid. You can put it out and put more wine in. And the mouth is where the wine will be put out. So smart. Zhou was China's longest dynasty, with lots of sub-periods that marked its ups and downs. The era ended in its Warring States period, named so because of the power struggle between the large states of China that were trying to gain control of the entire area. Even in such a turbulent war state, there's still time of peace and celebration of victory. And those bells are music instruments to play in this high time. Among the numerous tombs of emperors, gentry, and other wealthy people peppered around Xi'an, this one is almost obligatory for a tourist to visit. The resting place of Qin Shi Huang, the man who united China and declared himself emperor for the first time in history. Everything about the China's first emperor has to be described with top notches. He took throne when he was 13 years old, and he was so premature that he started building his mausoleum right after that. And he said this whole mausoleum was built by 700,000 workers and took more than 39 years. Even standing on the top of his tomb, And wearing that the underground palace is right on your feet, it's still hard to imagine and grasp the scope. Despite his political achievements, he was portrayed as one of the most ruthless monarchs in history because of two major projects he initiated. The Great Wall that was meant to protect his empire from enemy from the north, and his own mausoleum that protects him in another world. So apparently Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor, really believed that death is just another form of life. So he was determined to take everything with him. As an overlord that gained his territory more by enforced power than by placate, this is of course something he will not forget to take with him. Trademark of Xi'an today, the reason that most visitors to China put Xi'an in their itinerary, the only excavated items revealing some secrets of the Emperor Qin's mausoleum, terracotta soldiers. We all know it's the eighth wonder of the world, and I probably have seen their pictures thousands of times. So I really didn't expect that my heart started beating so fast when really standing out here. They really take my breath away. Look at them, so true and vivid to life. Incredible. Like most Xi'an archaeological finds, the first terracotta soldier was discovered accidentally by farmers while digging a well. At that point, no one was sure how many of figures like this lying under the 5-meter deep pit. Massive archaeological excavations were set off after 1974 and still going on. Originally, they were all hand-painted, but time and exposure to modern air and light has caused them to lose their luster. Tests also show that the portrait figures were fired at temperatures between 940 degrees to 1050 degrees with a level of skill that experts today have difficult to replicate with consistency. Although there are not many mysteries around the purpose of having terracotta soldiers. Live burial was an old practice in Qin. It's called a Xi'an and makes following to the grave have a new meaning. The people who were buried with the ruler were supposed to continue to protect and serve. To look at the brighter side, Emperor Qin didn't bury his huge army alive. Those models, terracotta soldiers, are all clay modeled from his real army soldiers, so it advanced. That's explain why the great care was taken to make this model so vivid, true to life, and individually different. Chinese people started to be known as Han people, and the Chinese language was also called Han language by neighboring countries starting from this period. The emperors in Han followed Confucius' doctrine of reigning with benevolence, working on mass well-being and rebuilding economy, and keeping peace with neighboring countries. The prosperity of the country attracted Japan and Korea and many other surrounding countries, sending delegates to pay tribute to China. unlike the Qing, Han people allowed the cultures of new territories to remain intact and encouraged trade and commerce along the various parts of the empire. That was how the Silk Road came into being, and silk was an immediate hit. And Han people developed an insatiable appetite for foreign exotica as well. New products were introduced from the West, including pomegranates, grapevines, and fine horses. But the real benefits of Silk Road are less tangible. It fires imagination to find that others' thoughts can be different from one's own. And the exchange of ideas enriches the content of a culture rather than endangers its identity. People in China really adapt this idea in the Grand Tang Dynasty. The artwork from Tang Dynasty looks more colorful and grandiose, among the most valuable of Shanxi History Museum's collection. Song artists continued to perfect the technique, and many porcelain quills were built throughout the China in that period. And Yaozhou Quill, located outside of Xi'an, was one of the most established ones.
Although Yaozhou Quill peaked in Song Dynasty, they are already producing very mature art piece in Tang Dynasty. The black glaze Chinaware is very rare. In China, people knew less is more 1,000 years earlier than Jean Van der Rohe.
Simple black porcelain catered to my own taste, but I have to admit the pieces that really bring fame to Yaozhou Quill, celadon of vivid yet subtle color glaze, really are work of art. The most outstanding characters of Yaozhou King porcelain was its decorative patterns.
It feels so smooth and tender after being glazed. It's beautiful color too. No wonder it's called celadon, the tender lover in French.
The most distinctive character of Yaozhou King porcelain was its decorative patterns and gentle luster.
In Chinese artistic history, very little focus was given to the artists who actually